Welcome to the 105th episode of the Meeple Society, a podcast about board games hosted by two longtime role players turned avid board gamers. My name is Katie.
I'm Greg.
On this episode, we hit the trails. With this fall spring coming later this week, we decided it was time to get back into nature, do some hiking, some biking, and maybe even some kayaking. We battle the elements on the John Muir and do some fauna and flora peeping out in Arizona. And we wrap it up by pitching our tents while we build the perfect campground in camping season. But first, apparently Greg was recently subjected to a game of 20 questions at work.
Well, it wasn't quite 20 questions, and more like 10 questions. Plus, we have two other questions from our Facebook group, too. So I'm just going to add them into here.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
So at work, this has been a few weeks. I mean, probably over a month, because he's constantly asking me questions whenever he's around me now.
Okay.
But one of my coworkers has been asking questions about the podcast, about board games, and at one of the times, the homeowner came in and asked what we were talking about and had questions of them herself, too. Neither one of them are gamers.
Okay.
My coworker has played a few games.
I say, your coworker's really young. We could get him hooked still.
Right?
We could get him hooked.
Right. So we're going to go over these questions, and if you're playing the home game, feel free to answer them in the comments.
Oh, absolutely.
What your answers would be. So the first one was, how long have you been playing board games? We kind of grew up playing board games, but we weren't into the hobby. We're just kind of playing your little store-bought games that mom and dad brought home.
Technically store-bought, but okay.
You know what I meant. Department store. Yeah, mass market
games,
games like Monopoly and Scrabble and Sorry and Life, although I never played the game of Life until we played the game of Life for the Playing Through a Collection, though.
Yeah.
But we didn't get into it, to the hobby.
Late 2013.
Late 2013, when your brother introduced us to Pandemic. I was thinking about that, though. Did we play Catan and that horrible card game that we don't like? What was that called?
Was it Flux?
Geez. Flux, yes.
Okay.
Did we play those before Pandemic or after we played Pandemic?
I want to say it was after.
Was it? Because see, those two games, I can remember a few things about Catan that.
Yeah.
In the rules breakdown, Doug didn't tell us we could actually place our starting piece out on one of the trade districts.
Right.
Until he put both of his out on the trade districts. So Pandemic got us in there.
Pandemic is definitely what hooked us,
yes. Sometime in 2013.
It was, I want to say it was like September, October-ish 2013, if I'm not mistaken. Because I remember taking the game with us when we went to Italy in May the following year. So I know it was 2013. Because it was one of the few games we still had at that point. That's why we took it. I don't think we played it while we were there, but it went with us in our carry-on luggage.
Playing it.
Yeah, I think we were too busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I would say late 2013 is when we started.
Okay. The next question was, how many games do we have? I meant to pull that up. Do you have a list of it?
I have, yes. I have it on my spreadsheet. Okay, currently, if we include the games that are still in the travel collection, we have 973 games and expansions that are not in the overall box.
Okay, so on BGG, though, it says 1,257.
That has to include...
Any game that we've played?
That's probably any game we've played.
It has expansions listed.
Yeah, that has expansions listed. Which most of our expansions are now in the main game. But if I take out expansions, and I'm only keeping games, including, I'll take out that. And I take out anything that is currently in the travel collection that we have not gone through and played yet. If I just do that, I am at, let me highlight the column, 772 games.
I have 866 on BGG listed without expansions.
Interesting. I wonder what the difference is. That's a pretty big difference.
Well, I can see one of them is, I don't know if we have that or not, or did we keep this one? This was the 221 Baker Street, Sherlock Holmes and the Time Machine.
Yep.
So that is actually included into our collection now.
Yes, it is.
Not just the other collection.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah.
Well, and you know what? Nope, I know the difference because I took out the Let me take out a different set of games. Hold on. I'm at 809 now.
Okay.
I'm using an Excel spreadsheet where
Right.
I've got them tracked on where they sit. So I took out anything that is sitting in the travel collection room. I took out all of my expansions because I have that separated by expansion and game.
So what was the final one you had?
809.
809. That's still a lot of games.
That is a lot of games. How many you got? Hopefully not that many. Or maybe more. I don't know. I've seen people with collections that are twice our size.
So the next question here. Where do you normally go to buy games? Like Target? Or are there stores that sell board games?
Okay.
We laugh, but there are people that honestly do not know there are board game stores.
That there are specialty stores, yes. Okay, we used to buy a lot from Amazon.
Yeah.
We did.
Stopped buying
I have stopped buying from Amazon unless I cannot find it anywhere else.
Yeah. And a lot of times, though, too, now, Amazon you can't even totally trust because a lot of bootleg copies are coming through.
I've seen too many reports of bootleg copies that we have never had one. Fingers crossed. I've never discovered one. But I'm not going to take the chance anymore. I can go to a game store and pick it up there and trust in what I'm getting and support the local game store at the same time. Now, that being said, we are very lucky in the fact that we have a lot in our area.
Yeah.
I mean, I need both hands to count just the ones I know of in this city. And I know there are more that we may not have found yet. So we're very lucky in that aspect. Not everybody is. And I realize that. We do buy a lot from other like Miniature Market and
and we buy them off of
I've bought them straight off the publisher's
Board
website
Game Exchange
before.
or whatever on Facebook and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, we do a lot there and just do.
We've bought a couple from BGG.
Yeah,
but other than that, it's mostly board game stores.
Yeah.
So next thing,
what do you got?
What is your favorite game? And when they asked me, I was like, "When you had to ask me that." It's like, I got a lot of great games, but if I go off of my top 100 from last year, currently, that was Firefly. Now, what is my top game that we've played this year?
Gosh, that's so hard.
Yeah, it's so hard. We've played so many games.
Yeah, we've played a lot of great games, and some of them we're going to talk about today that a few more plays of it, and one of them could vie for at least the top 50.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, but... Yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there.
Civolution's a great game. We got to play Sid Meier's Civilization the other day for the second time. That's a great game. I mean, there's a lot of them. But if we go off the top 100, mine was Firefly and yours was Terraforming Mars.
And that one, we've played it a couple times this past year, and man, it just cemented how good that game is.
Yeah, the Terraforming Mars is probably going to go up my list if I can play with all the expansions.
Yes.
Because when we played that game with all the expansions, I had a blast playing it.
Yeah.
I actually got a tableau going
it took
like
us
crazy.
3 nights to play it, but
but I had a tableau that was just producing like crazy. Before, I've never been able to get a tableau that would produce like how you would always get it. You'd sit there with 40 cards out, and I'm sitting there with my 10 measly cards because I can't afford anything. But this time I got it.
You definitely got an engine going.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
So I've played Catan and Cards Against Humanity. Catan was interesting, but hard to understand. Remind you, these are non-gamers. They don't play a lot of hobby games.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can understand that if you're not familiar with the concepts.
Then he goes on to say, are these anything like the games you play, or are there more complex games that you play? There are a lot more complex games than...
Catan is considered a gateway game for most people. For a lot of people. There are definitely... we need to invite this kid over. I mean, seriously. We need to invite him to our next game night.
He is one of those workaholics.
Okay.
That if he's not at work, he's working on his mom's house. He just bought a house.
Oh.
So he's been working on that house a lot.
Mind you, this kid's in his 20s, guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, good for him.
So, yeah, he's a workaholic. So he's always doing something.
Okay.
Yeah, because every time I was like, how'd your weekend go? He goes, well, I went over here and did this and this and this. And this. I'm going,
Take a
know
break,
you're
kiddo.
supposed to on the weeks take a break away from your job, the things that you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, more complex. Yeah, I mean, like Civolution is way more complex than any of those games.
Yeah.
Cards Against Humanity is just not mentioned here.
Cards Against Humanity is an apples to apples style game.
Mhm.
I think that was the first game I know of that did that mechanism.
But it can turn blue really quick.
It was funny the first time.
Yeah.
But that was all one time for it was enough for me.
Mm-hmm. So has the type of game you play changed over the years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still changing.
Yeah. Well, we started off with just cooperative games and basic games that really.
And I think that's what drew us in so bad. Is we didn't know there was such a thing as a co-op game, and then we're introduced to Pandemic.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean we're playing against the game?
Yeah,
not against each other.
So yeah, I still love cooperatives,
Mm-hmm.
and I will default to that a lot of times if I can.
Yeah,
not always possible.
And we were like that for a while, but then we got introduced to like The Colonist,
yes,
which is a very deep game and a very long game, and we was like, ooh, I liked how we played this game, and I felt like I did something.
Yeah.
It took a while to do, and we were introduced to Eclipse and fell in love
Some of
with
those
Eclipse.
bigger, heavier games, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, give me more heavy stuff, give me more heavy stuff. And then we found out Lacerdas. And there's only been one Lacerda that I don't think we can make a true opinion on yet.
No,
but
we got to play it more player. Before
Weather Machine.
Oh, I was thinking of Escape Plan.
Oh, Escape Plan. Yeah.
We need to play it with more players so you don't have Sandra in the mix.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Weather Machine, we played it, and I don't think we played it 100% correct.
No,
it was
I know
just
we
very
didn't.
complicated to understand what was going on with that.
Well, that's another one we're going to have to really sit down with one day.
And it's coming up in the W's. So
it is. It is.
It's one of those mini W's that we have.
Something like 54 W's.
Yeah.
Ridiculous amount of W's.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, so yes, it has definitely changed. We went from kind of basic games.
Well, and I still like
games.
If I'm given a choice between pulling off On Mars and pulling off something that takes an hour to play and then I can play something else,
Mm-hmm.
depends on the people I'm playing with.
Yeah.
That makes all the difference in the world. But I'm going to go, I'm at that point now where I'm going to divert to a shorter game.
Mm-hmm.
So something lighter that I can sink my teeth into, but I'm done in an hour.
Oh, yeah. Because if we know we're playing a heavy game, we usually plan the day.
Yeah, it's a whole day thing.
This is going to be the day. We're going to play this game.
Yeah.
And if we have time later, we might get another game in.
Right.
But this is the game we're playing today.
Right.
But if it's like, let's play some games, then yeah, we'll pull off shorter games. But right now, it's what games do we have on
What's the next
on our list.
What's the next list?
Once we get through
this,
this, we'll be able to look at our shelves and say, hey, we haven't played this in a while. Let's play this.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. So,
Yep.
all right.
So, how many times have you played Monopoly? This was the homeowner that asked this. Go back to our M's. We played a lot of, and even before that, growing up, I played Monopoly a lot.
I mean, I remember playing it, but I don't remember playing it a lot. I just never enjoyed the game.
Yeah,
period.
that was one of the few games that we actually had in the house growing up.
That doesn't surprise
was Monopoly.
me. With 7 kids in the house, it played 6 players. That doesn't surprise
I want to
me.
say there was a few times that there was groundings involved after the game, or the game was put up before the game was over. And
again, knowing your siblings, that does not surprise me.
Yes, I come
in
from
the
a family of
least.
7 kids.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. So, okay. Yeah, no, we never played it much growing up. I mean, we played it, but I don't remember. We always had different games. Like Space Hop is the one that comes to mind.
Yeah,
London
we did.
Cabbie, things like that. Mom always sought out the unusual learning type games.
Maybe she was a hobbyist and didn't know it.
As a hobbyist in disguise. Yeah, maybe. But anyway, yeah, we always sought out. She always sought out those kind of games, and I still have them.
We got games for Christmas from other people, like Monopoly. I think we got Monopoly like 3 or 4 different times.
Goodness.
And we had Scrabble and
Sorry,
and played a lot of Canasta.
See, I had games like Stay Alive, and
We had Stay Alive.
yeah.
But I think we picked it up at a
And
garage sale, and there
Cubic
might have been some
and-
marbles that were missing out of it. But
Okay. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, so if you're watching this, we're looking at a monitor right behind the camera here. If someone is looking to buy a new game and is either not in the hobby or just getting into the hobby, what game would you suggest?
Who asked this one?
The homeowner.
Oh, okay.
She asked that.
Wow. Maybe
because she's trying to get her son's autistic, but in high school, and she's
okay.
trying to find some games that he could play that would challenge him.
Okay. Interesting. I would definitely go with gateway stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not, I mean, things like summer camp.
Yeah, that's a great gateway into the deck building.
Yes.
genre.
Oh my gosh, yes. Let's see. What other gateway? Ticket to Ride is
route building.
Route building, and
maybe
even some of the trekking games.
Yeah,
they're all very simple to understand, but they're all different in their own right.
Right. Maybe find a co-op like Pandemic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there a more of a
the Forbiddens?
Yeah, the Forbidden Islands would be a
Forbidden
good co-op to start
Forbidden
up.
Desert's a little unusual. I would go with Forbidden
Island first. Yeah.
Especially if they're wanting to learn. Now that being said, my niece could not figure it out, so I don't know.
Well, we're not going to go there.
Anyway, I would definitely go with something in that direction. And honestly,
something
if you're
easy to start that has a
short rule book,
a short rule book, but like a little push to go a little deeper, into the gaming stuff. Are there games that you don't like? Okay, so that question also stemmed to one of the questions after a game that we played that I put on our Facebook page and asked the question, which a follow-up to that question will come up here in just a minute too. And that was dexterity games.
Yes. So it's not so much, is there a game you dislike? It's more,
for
me,
that's
what the question
game
was.
do I not like? But mine, I was going to say, most dexterity games I just do not like. But there are some dexterity games that, after the one question that's coming up, got me to think about it.
But
there are some that I like.
Yeah. But I'm thinking more if it's not, I don't like, there are some games I don't care for because of the genre or because of the theme or because of the mechanics involved. I don't like Take That. I don't like Area Control. There are just certain, if I see that listed in the mechanics, I'm just going to automatically shy away from the game.
Okay. But was there a game that we have played
that
you just did not like at all?
That's actually a hobby game and not a mass market game I picked up at Goodwill.
A game.
Gosh, I know there's some out there. I know there were. Off the top of my head, I cannot think of one. It's probably not still here. That's why.
Well, that's why you didn't like it.
Exactly. I mean, okay. There's a couple we do still have. Like the first time we played
Describe it.
Matching Some Madness.
Eldritch Horror? No. My Father's Works.
The first time we played that.
Oh, yeah. You did not like that at all.
Absolutely.
But you played it again.
I played it again when we got to the M's because I had to. And I'd wanted the game. I'm the one who wanted it. So I wanted to give it a second chance. And I did like it the second time around. I think I understood it better. That's one reason I kind of want to give every game a second shot for the most part before I decide, nope, not for me.
You didn't really like 11 either.
No, I did not care for 11. You're right.
I love 11.
I thought 11 was a little too chaotic for me. There was too much. It was too fiddly.
You liked the business side of the game, but when it came time to play the game, the soccer game,
it made no sense.
You did not like it.
It was too random. It was just too, I didn't like it. I know. We've talked about it. Move on.
It's random if you want it to be random, but there is a lot of strategy and planning in that game. But I would have to say the game we just played the other day, I still do not like Tokyo Highway.
Oh, Tokyo Highway, yeah.
Because it's a dexterity game.
Yeah.
And my fingers are fat enough that it just makes it so hard. And she goes, use the tweezers. It's like, that's not going to help me. It's like, you got to be able to, get your hand down there and Yeah. Okay, so next is, are you a competitive player or you just play games for fun? If it is a large group,
Play for fun.
We play for fun.
I 99% of the time will play for fun. That's why else are you in the hobby?
Right.
But there is that competitive little edge. We play for fun.
We play for fun, but we are so competitive against each other. We hate losing to the other person.
And it's not even like I try to be. And if the scores are close, whatever. It's when there's a 50-point gap in those scores that
and we are both the same way. We will get upset and we will complain if we are losing by a long time.
So hard not to, but it's still happens.
So do I. But yeah, we are almost identical like that. We're so competitive against each other. When somebody is having a great game and way out in the lead, and you're like going, "There's no way I can catch you." Yeah. Now the bad side part about that is when you think you are losing so bad and you're complaining about it, and we only do it when it's me and you.
No, let's change this. I don't ever win when I say I'm going to lose. I lose every time I know I'm going to lose.
That's the point I was getting to.
You.
But you think you're going to lose. It's like, there's no way. Because one of the games we played, you had a bunch of in-scoring game cards, and I had 0. I was like, there's no way. You have so many in-game scoring. But I had a lot of in-the-game scoring that I had enough that I ended up winning by a few points.
And he complained the whole game that he was losing. And there was no way he could win this.
I felt I had a horrible game because I could not get any.
I don't remember what game it was now.
So, yes. So, we play for fun. Especially, we could play the exact same game with a full player count with other people, and we're fine.
Yeah.
It's fun the entire game, whether we're getting beat or not. We're laughing and having fun.
Half the time, I don't care about
the two of us when we're playing each other. So, yeah, anyway. There you go. So there's a new question here. This one came from our Facebook page. If you're on our Facebook, the Meeple Society Facebook page, you do see every 2 weeks a question drops about, hey, drop us a question that you want to know about us or about the station or about a game. Yeah. And Zeus dropped a question, says, do we still RPG?
Now, Zeus, to explain, Zeus is one of our longtime RPG buddies. We have known Zeus for probably, 25 years now.
Yeah, for a long time, though, we thought he was just a phantom.
We thought he was make-believe, because several people talked about him, but nobody had ever actually met him.
Yeah, but then we met him.
He actually showed up one day, and we met him. He's a big teddy bear. He and I always were very close because our birthdays are 6 days apart. So it was always kind of funny.
Anyway, so he asked if we were still RPGing. Right now, no. I'm like, for the last couple of years, I've been trying to put together a Rifts game.
Yeah.
It's kind of there. It could be played, but I feel like it still needs fine-tuning. But currently, we're in no RPG
rush,
games right now.
No, unfortunately not. I would love to get into an RPG again. I would. That is a creative side that we've not tapped into in a long time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, nobody's running one right now. No. And none of our group is running one right now. Matter of fact, I don't think there's anything, and we were RPGers for 20 years before we started.
Longer, but...
Well, yes, I know, but still. We've been RPGing since before Eric was born, since Justin was born. And then we met our current group of RPG friends right after Eric was born.
Yeah, well, right after Justin was born, I got back into RPG.
And then you dragged me and
me and your brother went for a while, and then we introduced you into it when Justin got a little bit older.
Yes. I think Justin was only like a year, maybe 2 years old when I started playing.
Yeah.
And
he's very now 30 what?
32? Just turned 32. No,
34. He turned 34.
He just turned 34. Jeez.
That's old age for you guys.
Yeah. Anyway, but I very fondly remember my first characters. I remember all of them. But yeah, unfortunately, life happens, and we had kids at different times than a lot of our friends. Our kids were in high school and super active when everybody else had young kids or no kids at all. And we unfortunately kind of fell out of it right about then a little bit because
the kids got
of
active,
the kids' schedules. We were at show choir every weekend for months, and soccer practices and Boy Scout stuff and
soccer games.
So it was just it was nonstop for almost 8 years of just things happening with scouting and choir and all this stuff. So I would love to get back into it. And we have role played since the kids got out of high school. We have.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, COVID kind of killed that too.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, eventually we'll get back into it, I hope. But in the meantime, we have board games.
Yep. So the last question actually came from a gamer. Came from Miranda,
yeah.
from the BGI group. This was off that same question that comes up on our Facebook page. So if you're not on our Facebook page, why not? But you can submit questions that way too. So this came from her. She says, and because of when I asked what was your most disliked mechanism, and I said dexterity, she asked if you had to play a dexterity game, what would it be? So I answered crokinole, and then maybe tumbling dice and pitch car.
We'll be playing tumbling dice here soon.
Yeah.
We don't have pitch car.
We don't have pitch car, but I've played pitch car.
Yeah.
At the Dice Tower Retreat the one year.
Played there.
And that was fun. I mean, some of it was a little frustrating because you couldn't get it over the jump and land on the track and not go flying off the table someplace, but it was fun to play.
Yeah.
Tumbling dice, it's just how you roll that dice, how much you put behind the dice to get to the number you want, or can you get a curve going on the dice to curve over and knock some other people off? And crokinole, I just have a blast with anyway.
Yeah.
But those three games would probably be the main three dexterity games I would play.
Yeah. I don't mind some dexterity games, but I don't like a lot
You
of
didn't
them.
mind Tokyo Highway.
I didn't mind Tokyo Highway.
Because you have long, nimble fingers.
Okay. But no, I like Drop It. There's a few of them I like. So.
Drop It? Is Drop It really a dexterity game?
It's slated as one.
Is it really?
I think so, yeah. I'm sure. I'll look it up real fast. It does actually list on BGG as action dexterity. So there. Because it's
I guess. It just depends on where you drop it in. Yeah. And then once you drop it, you have no control over it.
Nope, none at all.
So it's kind of borderline dexterity, I guess. And Drop It's a good game.
Yeah. I do like that one. Okay.
Well, that's all the questions.
Okay.
Let us know in the comments, especially if you're listening or watching us on YouTube or on Spotify, or if you are listening on some other podcast platform. Go to YouTube and drop us a line, or you can email us your answers at meeplesociety@mail.com.
Yeah.
Or hit us up on any of our social media. Just DM us it.
All right.
So how about we start talking about some games we've played? So we're going to hit the trails with this one.
We are.
Kind of got a theme.
We have a theme.
We have 3 trailblazing games to talk about.
Yes,
First up,
we do.
We're going to talk about Trailblazers.
All right. So Trailblazers was published in, I'm going to remember to do this time, guys. Published in 2023 by Bitewing Games. Designed by Ryan Courtney and art by Seth Lucas. Plays 1 to 8 players, 30 minutes or roughly 30 minutes, and that's about average, actually. Little AP involved, might take it longer, but for the most part, and then plays ages 8 and up. So with Trailblazers, this is a route building game, a trail building game per se. At the start of each game, you are going to pick one of your 3 camps. Each person starts off the game with 3 possible camps. You've got a biking camp, a hiking camp, and a kayaking camp. You pick one of the 3 at the very start of the game. You can look at the cards you have in your hand first. That's fine. But then you start drafting cards. Everybody starts the game with 8 cards in their hand. You choose 2, pass the rest on. You put those 2 somewhere out adjacent to the camp that you chose. When the person next to you is done choosing their 2, they pass you the remaining 6 that they have. You choose 2 from that and pass on the last 4. Likewise, the person on your other side is passing you their last 4. Once again, you choose 2 out of that stack. The last 2 are discarded into the central pile. So each round of the game, you're going to get 6 cards to play. Those cards can be overlapped. Each card has a total of 3 trails on it in one of the 3 colors, or possibly 3 of the 3 colors. And you're trying to make your colors match up. They don't have to.
No,
you don't get penalized for them not matching.
But
you just can't use them.
Yeah.
So they're unusable trails.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is to get trails that leave and come back to the same camp. So you want your kayaking. Yeah, you want your kayak, your riverways, your waterways to loop back into your camp in some fashion. Because that's how you're going to score points on them. It doesn't do any good to have that waterway go over to the hiking path because you can't beach your kayaks there, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
But anyway, you're doing this for 4 full rounds. The first 3 rounds, you're choosing one of your remaining campgrounds to put out. And then you're scoring, when you're done, you're scoring up all of the little intersections on your pathways that you completed. You are scoring both in-game and end-game cards that you can, goal cards that will give you points based on whether you're the first one to achieve it or the last person to achieve it, or if you ever do achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the end game ones have whoever had the most of something.
Yeah. This is when you can get yourself in trouble.
Easily.
Because you're like, oh, well, I'm trying to get this goal, so I need to build this way out. And then you get no more cards. It's going to be a build that trail. And you're like going,
now you can overlap cards. So if a card, if one end of the card didn't go the way you want it and you get something else that'll work better, then you can overlap.
Mm-hmm.
These cards are super thin. In fact,
they're made of PVC.
They are. They're super lightweight, thin PVC that are good outside. Oop, I opened this upside down. Let's flip that over before they make a mess. So they're just these little thin things like this. I love these. But you're trying to overlap.
For those of you who are just listening, she's showing cards right now.
Yes, I'm showing cards. Sorry.
She'll put pictures up, though.
I will.
If you're, well, no, she won't. You won't. If you're listening to this and only hearing the audio, sorry. Go to YouTube or to Spotify.
There you go.
And you can actually watch it.
All right. So see, like this path here, if I did that, that's a full loop on the brown path, which is your...
The brown path is the hiking. Yes.
That's the hiking. But these cards are really nice. I love.
Yeah. This is a game you could play. Everybody always asks about games that you can play outside. Yeah. This is a great game to play outside because you don't have to worry about the cards getting wet because they are PVC.
Right. Yep. And all the pieces, they're nice wooden pieces. There's 2 different modules in this. There's the animal module. There's a lot of these cards will have animals on them. There we go. There's one. I even pulled out the right animal.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have the moose on here, you can add a moose to it. But once you do, you can't cover the card. But you score based on having a path with different animals on it.
Mm-hmm.
The same animal doesn't get you any points. You got to have all different animals.
Yep. Oh, just to remind you too, though, you said you'd never open a game up on the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just to remind you there.
Anyway, but it also has another module where you've got campfires and hikers and bikers.
Yes, bikers.
You've got all 3: the bikers, hikers, and hiking. The hikers,
the bikers, and the kayakers.
And
very easy to say. And campfires.
And then campfires.
And the campfires ones that one was kind of weird because if I'm not mistaken, you had to get to a certain campfire or you lost your momentum and had to go back to.
No, I don't think you ever had to go back.
I think you do.
I don't remember.
I believe that was the whole point of the campfire thing. If you put down a campfire or something like that, you had to make it to the campfire or you went back, if I'm not mistaken.
That was the adventure
I think
one.
It was the one main reason why I did not like the campfire expansion.
I don't think it had anything to do with going back. I was reading through some of this when I played, because I played this solo too, and it plays identical solo. You just don't have people passing you cards. You're just taking a reduced number off the stack each turn to simulate somebody passing them to you. But I did not play with the campfires. I meant to go back and do it, and I didn't do it. But it signifies how far somebody got in a trek. But unfortunately, I don't remember enough about it. We haven't played that expansion but once, and it was a while back. That's one I do want to get back out and try that expansion, because I remember liking it, but I don't remember a lot about it is the only problem. So yeah. Any other notes?
Not that I can think of. Although this isn't my favorite trailblazing game,
No.
I know you like it.
I like it for its simplicity.
I always get myself in trouble by trying to make those big routes
You
because you score for each of the little corners and bridges and stuff on there.
Oh, I like this one.
So Trailblazers. So next, as you can see, we're going to talk about Trailblazer. This is the John Muir Trail.
Muir
Trail. Bleh.
In California.
In California. Is that where it's at?
Yes.
Okay.
The John Muir is in the Sierra Nevadas, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So let's talk about
I'll find out.
who made the game, which I don't think you did. So
I did too.
this came out in 2023. Designed by Dan R. Rice III, artist by Andrew Bosley and John Merchant, published by Mariposa Games. It is 30 to 120 minutes long, ages 14 and up, and plays 1 to 4 players.
I could only see this being a 30-minute game if you are literally playing one player.
Yeah, this is
There's no way. It's a long game.
Maybe it's 1 to 4, so if you're playing solo, it might be a 30-minute game.
It might be 30 minutes, because at 4
this
players,
could
it's
probably
easily
play
2 to 2.5 hours.
Yeah, this can play up pretty long.
Yeah.
But this is all about hiking the John Muir Trail. Everybody has player pieces, which they call boots, I believe they're calling this.
Little boots on the ground, yep.
You start with 3. There's places you can pick up 2 more, and you're placing it in different areas where you can pick up resources. You can pick up scenery cards that's going to give you bonuses on stuff. You can go hiking. Everybody needs to go hiking almost every day. It plays over 12 rounds. There's 10 spots on the hiking trail you got to go. You've got to get to the very bottom to be able to win the game.
Yes, you have to get to the end of the trail.
Yeah. If you do not get to the end of the trail, you lose all your points. There's no way you can win. You go back to 0. You're done.
It is in the Sierra Nevadas. It actually says the John Muir runs through the high Sierras of California, which is what I thought.
Yeah, along this, every day there's a weather token that comes out. Sometimes it's good and nothing's going to happen. Some come up with another resource on it, which means you're going to have to pay that resource for when you go hiking.
It's when the extreme weather hits. If it's too hot, you need extra water. If it's too cold, you may need fire, or you might need extra sleep that day, something like that.
Yeah. So when you're hiking, everybody has this little book. Everybody's book is different. And
books,
the first, on the phase 1 of the book tells you, well, like this one would say, I need water to go hiking this day to get to the second part of the trail.
I would show you the books, but he won't let me.
No.
I'm not going to pull it open.
You can put up a picture. I know we got pictures of it.
I don't know if I have pictures of the books or not.
You can take a picture of it. Anyway, you're not opening
causing
this
me
up.
more work.
Anyway.
This box is opening up.
That's fine.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Anyway, so you're going to spend that resource to move up. So if it's a bad day, weather day, you have to spend that extra resource to move. And then some days when you move along the trail, you might have to pay 2 resources. So if it's a bad day, you might have to pay 3 or just not hike at all.
Right.
Like I said, you're allotted 2 extra days to hike this 10-day trail.
Because it runs 12 days, no matter whether
the
everybody
game
makes
runs
it
12,
in 10 or not. You play 12 days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So you've got a little bit of leeway.
Yep. And now when you're hiking down the trail, you get to the 4th level, I believe it is. The trading post or
it's
the lodge opens up, and it gives you a new worker placement to go to get like bottled water and food and
sleep
and backpack.
Yeah.
Or medicines,
Medicines, first aid.
It also changes the terrain cards or the scenery cards because now you're on a new section of the trail. So as you're hiking down this trail, the scenery is going to change, just like if you were actually hiking down the trail. So once you get so far, the scenery cards that are out will all get discarded. They'll go away. You pull out the next set, and they all come out. And the new ones come out, and now you're seeing a different part of the trail. And that does it all the way down the trail. It changes. There's like 4 of them, 4 different scenery areas.
Scenery areas, yep.
And these cards are going to give you items that can go in your backpack.
Yes.
And as you go up your backpack, you're going to get
more bonuses
and everything. And there's certain times that on things, you've got to have things in your backpack to be able to get the card or however.
No, these ones, you have to have that in your backpack to get it. The
yes,
cards that you play at the start of each round, the hiking cards at the start of each round, those are what give it to you.
That's right.
Or sometimes some of the fauna cards, the fauna and flora cards will give you those too.
Yep.
Yeah. But these you actually have to have them.
But yeah,
in order
so
to
yeah,
go
so
there.
like one of them would say like you need the binoculars.
Yeah.
You already have to have that in your pack. If you don't have it in the pack, you can't do that. Whether you have all the other resources you need to pay for it, if you don't have the binoculars, you're not going to get it. And then at the end, it'll give you a reward like points, and it'll give you an icon for on your player board. You have these 5 icons at the bottom. So like if you go to the one that has the falls icon on it, now you get to put your token over that falls icon on your board, and you get to do that power. You only get to do it once. No matter how many more falls icons you get, you only get it once. And that also has a set collecting part of it too, doesn't it? To where for every one you have a like, or is it for every set of different ones? I think it's
every set of different ones.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, so this one has a lot going on in it.
It does, but it all seems to make sense.
Yes.
The worker action spots, you're gaining resources or you're gaining cards to play the start of the round. Everything makes sense.
Yeah. You're hiking the trail.
Yeah, you have to hike the trail.
Yeah. And that's it. And a lot of the player placement places that you can go to, the action spots you go to, some only can take one person.
Yeah,
others can take...
Especially in only 2-player games.
Like in a 4-player game, if you're trying to get some of the resources like the water or the air or the fire or the forest, you can go there.
3 people.
Some of them can go to 3.
Some are only 2.
Some are only 2. Some are 3. Some are 4. No, I think it is only up to 3.
It's only 3.
And depending on the player count is how many people actually go there. Right. And then there are areas where everybody can go no matter what.
Yeah. Well, like the first date, only one person can go per round. Yeah. Period.
And the animal and fauna cards at the bottom, there's places that
the places are underneath the cards.
Right.
So you take the card, put your piece there because that spot doesn't refill. Yes. So only one person can grab each card, but 5 people can go there technically. Yeah, and that's all set collection. It gives you extra resources like that. So
so the strategy, you got to kind of plan out your day almost as going. So I want to go get the scenery card, but I got to get this in my pack. Oh, look, that card's going to give me the fishing pole I need to get that scenery card. So I'm going to go down. I got to go down there and get that first. Oh, shoot. I still need 2 wind. Okay. I got to come up. Oh, no. There's no more spaces on the wind. I can't get there. Okay. Let's pivot. Now what can I do? Right. I got what I needed to get to the card except for the wind. Now what can I do to do that? Well, okay.
What can I do to build toward next round so I can do that too?
Right. So it's like so you kind of plan out your day, but you always want to have a plan A or plan B and a plan C.
You've still got to feed at the end of every round.
Yeah, you still got to be able to feed everybody.
You have to be able to have food and water at the end of every round. So you can't neglect
and food and waters at first is kind of hard to get.
It is hard to get
until that lodge opens up.
Yeah.
And then you get then you can go there and get your stuff, and it's not as hard though. But you got to get hiked. You got to hike down to it.
You got to hike to the 4th
And I don't remember, is it when one person gets there, then the lodge opens up, or you have to get to it first before you can use it?
Don't remember. I think you have to, and that makes,
thematically
that makes sense.
Yeah.
You have to get there before you can make use of the actions. I believe that's the way it is.
So we've played this mostly at 4 players. Have we played this at 2? I think we played it once at 2.
We've played it once at 2. We played it most recently at 4.
Yeah.
I can look.
We played this with Quapla Nerds, right?
Yeah, we played this with Doug and Mary. Yeah, the first time we played it was
a 2-player.
Was a 2-player.
Yeah, and then we played with Justin and Jackie and then Doug and Mary.
Yeah.
Yep.
And everybody's enjoyed it. And Jackie enjoyed it enough. She asked for it for Christmas.
Yeah.
So, and I know Mary enjoyed it. Doug and Mary both enjoyed it very much. So I think this is a good one.
It is a fun game to play.
Yeah. And the artwork is gorgeous. You would expect from Andrew Bosley anyway.
Yeah.
And there was another artist on there too, so I'm not sure where.
John Merchant.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him.
What games did John Merchant do? I will look. He's
John Merchant was the graphic design.
Yeah, he's part of Vinyl, Adventure Tactics, Fire in the Library. Don't know that one. Squire for Hire. Don't know that one though, but both Trailblazers.
Okay. Yeah, he was, according to the box, he was graphic design. And then Andrew Bosley was artwork, which is obvious. So, yeah, I like it.
Okay. That's Trailblazers, the John Muir Trail. Yeah, I would definitely recommend.
I like this one. Yeah, we've never had a bad game of it.
No.
It's always been, I don't feel like it's ever a problem getting all the way down the trail. you know you have to do it. There's nobody can block you out of that spot. The trail has one worker spot for each person.
Mhm.
Nobody else can take yours.
Yeah, you can always hike no matter what.
You can only hike
As long
once
as you have
per turn, though.
the resources you need.
Exactly. As long as you have the resources, you can hike. And you know you have to. So you just have to kind of weigh your options on, this is a rough hiking day. I don't want to spend the fire. So I'm going to wait a day. I have 2 days to spare. I'm going to wait a day and just get some extra resources today.
Yeah. And as I said, the booklets that you get,
yes,
they're all different.
Yeah.
And then, because there are green booklets for if you want an easier game, but there's also red booklets if you've played the game and it's not as challenging. Go to the red books. Now they're even harder to do.
We've never played with the red books. I would be curious to see how much harder those are.
We'll have to get it out, and after we get through with all of our playing through our collection stuff, it's one of those games we'll have to bring off the shelf.
Yes. Oh, I agree. I like this one. I think this is a great one, especially this time of year going into spring.
Well, it's February right now.
It's February, but it's going to be 60s
it's starting
next week.
Yeah, it's giving us that false hope because if anybody's from the Midwest, March usually brings bad weather. Well, nice cold final blast before
end of January
Easter
was Arctic weather, and then we were in the 50s last week.
Yeah,
and we're supposed to be 60s next week.
40s and 50s.
Yeah, there was a day it was 54.
Yes, there was a day that was 57.
Yeah, and next week, like I said, 60s. So
yeah.
Fall, spring, we know more bad weather is coming.
Yeah.
Mother Nature is not done with winter
As
yet.
we say here in Indiana, the basketball tournaments haven't started yet.
Yeah.
Because it's not every year, but a lot of the years we've had ice storms or blizzards when it was time for the high school basketball tournament.
Mother Nature is not done with winter yet. I firmly believe that. So anyway, Trailblazers, Trailblazer, the John Muir Trail. I like this one very much. Good one. All right, so Trailblazer, the Arizona Trail. This one came out in 2025. I thought it was earlier than that, but maybe not.
No.
We only had this less than a year.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, 2025. Mariposa Games, designed by Dan R. Rice III. Again, same as John Muir Trail. Art by Andrew Bosley and John Merchant. Plays 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, 40 to 160 minutes. So it's basically saying about 40 minutes per person.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the other one was about 30 minutes per person. I'm trying to remember how long our game took us the other night.
Both of these games can have a lot of AP in it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay. So the way this one plays, you are now hiking the Arizona trails, roughly 800 miles of the Arizona Trail. This plays over the span of 8 days instead of 12, like John Muir Trail did. This one is, you're going to automatically make it to the end of the trail. There is no set hiking each day like the other one. Everybody moves forward at the same time. But on this one, you start off with 3 actions. One of those actions has to be to secure your spot for the next round. And you pay resources to do it. It's not like if I take last, I get a resource for it. No, it just means I pay less. But either way, you are paying some form of supplies and water or supplies and first aid or health, I should say, in order to secure your spot for the next round. Which, okay, but I don't know. Anyway, we'll come back to that.
How dramatic that is.
Right. So with this one, you have a number of different worker spots to go to. And again, you only get 3, one of which is automatically reserved for a specific location. So this one is made up of polyomino tiles and cards. Your player board has a spot for polyomino tiles of both flora and fauna tiles. And on your turn, there is a worker spot where you can take any one of 4 different sizes of polyomino tiles or the associated card in that same location. The cards shift up and become cheaper as the game goes on. The tiles do not. There are 2 separate sides of the board. One has flora on it. The other has fauna on it. In the middle is also your journey cards, your scenery cards that you can go and pick up, and you can get some extra bonuses off of those. There's also a spot where you can go and get some advanced resources from the next day if you need to. And then the rest of the board is taken up mostly with tracks.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your different scenery tracks you have to go up in order to claim the journey cards and such. And each of those give you bonuses as you go. And you've got 4 different types of scenery. You've got your elevation track that you go up every time you take a polyomino tile. And that elevation track gives you, again, various bonuses as you move up. It will also give you your 4th action token if you can get that high. It's about halfway up the elevation track, though, before you get it. There are also weather cards that come out on that where you draw, whoever lands on that spot draws 2 cards, chooses one of them, and that card affects everybody in the game. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. The flora cards and the fauna cards do various things. The animal cards, the fauna cards, will give you special abilities you can use a number of times through the game. When you get them, you put a couple of cubes on it, and every time you decide to use that ability, you remove a cube until the cubes are gone, and then they're no good anymore. They will also give you 1 icon toward one of your scenery tracks that you need to, again, continue moving up. The other side, the fauna cards just give you, or the flora cards, I'm sorry, they just give you stuff. They might give you a health, they might give you turquoise, they might give you gold, or they might give you, and they usually will give you one of your scenery tokens, one of your scenery icons. Some of them will take away venom tokens, the venom tokens you get if you are unable to pay the resources that you have to pay in order to secure your spot for the next round. The currency in this is all turquoise. The whole board is laced with the cost in turquoise. However, you're collecting resources of turquoise, copper, thank you, or silver. The copper is worth 2 turquoise. The silver is worth 3 turquoise. So if you have to pay something for 3 turquoise, you can just give up a silver to do it. However, you don't get change back. So if you only have to pay 2 turquoise for something and all you have is a silver, well, you're paying 3 for it because that's all you've got. On the elevation track, you can continue up. You can pay turquoise to continue moving up it a little bit to help yourself get further up. It can get kind of costly toward the top, though. There are in-game bonuses cards out. There's one that scores at the end of the first round. Well, let me rephrase that. There's one for eligibility of scoring. It happens in the first round or any round thereafter.
Correct.
Whoever does whatever that action is first gets the highest available. Everybody else gets lower amounts as they finish that goal. Then there's one that goes off during the 4th round. And again, when you get to the end of the 4th round, it's, hey, whoever has the most of this gets it type of thing. And then there's one that happens at the end of the 8th round as well, at the end of the game, end game scoring stuff. Okay, so the last thing to talk about with this one is the point tracks. This one has 2 separate point tracks. You have your gold that tracks around the board in the normal fashion, 1 through 100, done. Then you have your Arizona grit. Grit scores backwards. You start at the 100 and you go counterclockwise, but on the far left side of the board, it's every other. So when you score 1 grit, you jump to 98. When you score a 2nd grit, you jump to 96. If you score 4 or 2 more grit, now you're jumping to 92. I think I counted that right. But when you get along the bottom of the board, now it's going every 3 spaces. And then the far right side of the board, it goes every 4 spaces. The goal with this, and what you hope to be able to do, is to cross those spots, to have your gold cross your grit, because that's going to be your final score. Your score is your gold minus your grit. If you still have more grit than you have gold, then you're losing points. Or you're not losing points. You're ending with a negative score potentially. The only thing I didn't cover was at the very beginning of each round, there's a little bit of setup with each round. Of course, you take your stuff back, all that. But there is a series of arrows down in the bottom corner of the board where you can move a token around clockwise or counterclockwise on the card it's on, or you can move it to a different card in the same location. All it does is give you some extra resources to start the round with, or potentially a scenery token or a scenery icon. There's also a card that comes out at the start of each round that depicts the resources some extra resources everybody gets. You use the card, everybody gets those resources, you flip that card over and you reveal the new card that will be eligible the next round. That is another worker placement spot where somebody can go to gain some extra resources, get a little bonus on your resources. But again, when you've only got 2 workers that you can legitimately use each round.
Yes.
That feels like such a waste.
Yeah, because we never did get up to our...
No, we never got to our 3rd worker.
Our 4th worker.
Yeah, 4th worker. You might as well have only been 3.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is essentially how you play the game. So now, our gameplay of this. This board is very busy. It is very pretty.
This is a very busy board.
There is a lot going on in this. I feel like there is so many different tracks. It's like they took the kitchen sink and just threw it in.
Yeah, after playing John Muir Trail and then looking at this board, when we first opened this box up, we were like, well, what?
Yeah, it was very busy.
How do you keep track of anything on this board? Because, like I said, everything is on this board.
Yeah.
I mean, you get boards sometimes in games that there's just like maybe a track in the corner or it's holding cards and that's about all. This one, everything, you have a player board though.
Yeah.
But everything in this game is on that board. I mean, you have cards, you have
got
discs,
your cards, your polyominoes, your discs, your 4 different
tracks.
Technically 5 different tracks you're progressing up.
Yeah. You have scenery cards, you have into the ground game or in goal cards, I should say.
I mean, I appreciate the fact they got it all onto the board. I do appreciate that fact. Well, and even then, not everything's there. The weather cards, there's no spot for them on the board. You have to set them off to the side. The stacks of fauna cards and flora cards, they're off to the side of the board. The extra stacks. So you've still got stacks everywhere.
Yeah. It can be a table hug. But the gameplay itself, I think, like you said, up until you can get up that track to get your 4th player, you basically have 2
turns,
actions.
Yeah. You get
2 actions each round because one of them has to claim a route or
a spot for next season. For the next year or next day, whatever.
So I feel like it plays quick. So it's one of those that you need to maximize whatever you can out of those 2 actions.
Well, and getting resources in this is really hard. I had a heck of a time getting resources. I've ended both games with negative scores.
Yeah, and I actually finally got one that
you did have positive scores
so I was
this
happy
last
about
round.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is really hard to get resources unless you have something already going. Like I was starting to get things going. Like I was getting up those tracks pretty quickly.
You were
the scenery tracks.
Yeah.
Because I would work like every round. I would going. I need this for that, and then I need this as well. But that won't be in effect till this round. But next round, I'll be able to get this card. That's going to give me more stuff, so I can get that other card that I'm going to need that I'm setting up. So,
well, but there's no engine here. It's not like you can build an engine and have it start producing for you. It does nothing works off of something else.
No, well, kind of, because the floral. Or the
fauna cards,
not the fauna cards. No? I meant the scenery tile,
the scenery cards,
the track with the emblems or whatever you want to call it. I'm having trouble stumbling over everything here, though. There is a track on there with each emblem,
with each scenery icon.
That track.
Okay, got it.
That is kind of an engine there because if you can start getting up on something, you can get higher number of cards that are going to give you more stuff.
Well, yeah, but you still have to get up them. It's not like you've got.
But you can pick off smaller things or work the arrow track at the bottom correctly. Yeah. You were having a bad time. I was just going exactly where I wanted to go every time. I was like, that's going to set me up for this on this round, and I'm right there. So on my next move, if I go up here, I can do this stuff, but I'll be in a perfect spot to move to this other area, which is going to give me what I need for the round after that.
Okay.
So if you can work that track good and the other track decent, you're getting those the scenery cards pretty easily, which is giving you the money. But
you still have to have resources for those scenery cards.
Right.
You have to have certain elevation or certain scenery marks.
That's why you start small and start building it up.
But what I'm saying, though, is there is no engine that says, because I did this, I automatically get this every round.
Oh, no. Yeah, right.
There is no engine to continue moving up something.
Yeah, but like, say you're up on the third slot on the grassland icon. Well, now you're looking at the grassland icons on the scenery card. It's like, okay, so that only needs at least a 3. What else do I need? So when I go down to the cross arrows at the beginning of the round, I know what I'm going to need to get.
If you happen to be in the right spot to get
exactly.
it.
That's why you got to keep an eye on what's on the board everywhere. That's how I played the game.
Doing that.
That's how we see the difference in the scores.
Shut up.
My focus was on 3 different areas. I did it. I looked at 4 different areas because I'm always playing the goal cards. I'm always getting those goal cards what I can get.
I could not get the goal cards to work. I think I got one of them.
It helps you out.
Yeah.
Getting around the board on the scorecard charts. But I was watching 3 areas really closely to see how I can get those to go together, and also looking at the elevation chart, seeing it's like, if I take this card, I don't really need this card. But if I take this card, where's it going to put me? And do I have the turquoise to be able to go up higher to get the other stuff?
Okay.
And if I'm taking this tile, what am I covering up to get more stuff?
See, he didn't want to explain this game.
No, I didn't though. But it's interesting because on your board you have where you're putting your polyominoes. At the end of the game, you lose a point for every spot that's not covered up.
That's typical in a lot of polyomino games.
Right.
You're penalized for not filling it. Even Planet Unknown is like that. You get penalized for every open spot you have because you don't score them. Patchwork is like that. You know, there's a lot of them that do that.
Yeah, and that first bonus card is like you got so many points for every row you had filled in at that time.
Well, we've got,
I played that. And I got all the way across the top, and then I was able to go down both sides of my card to fill in, and I was able to fill it in, and I got almost every reward off that card, off my polyomino area. She had a bad game, guys.
I did.
I had a really good game.
I was tired that night. That did not help.
The first game I played with this, it was one of those. It felt overwhelming.
It was. This can be a very overwhelming game to start with. I feel like this is one of those games where you have to, it's going to take multiple plays to cement it. To not so much to cement the rules, but just to formulate a strategy just to get your tokens to overlap, to get those score pieces to cross. It's a tough one to make happen in the first couple games, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What was it? If the venom, there was cards that gave you the venom, or if you could not pay.
If the venom, okay, so if you were unable to pay the resources you had to have in order to secure your spot, because again, that was one of those areas you had to go to.
Yes.
If you couldn't pay the resources to secure the spot, then you had to take a venom token. You immediately lost a health.
Yes.
But then the venom token stayed, and it was negative points at the end of the game. There were flora cards that removed those venom tokens that let you put them back.
There was also fauna cards because some of the birds had it on there too. Because the one that I did get a venom close to the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And then I got a bird almost the same round.
Yeah.
That took it away. So I lost the health, but I got rid of the venom token at the beginning at the same round.
Right. So yeah, that's what those were. So there is a little negativity there, but it's not horrible. You lose a health. And then, now at the end of the game, if you have a bunch of them, it can be pretty detrimental in your score because it snowballs very quickly. Like the first one's like 4 points, and then it snowballs. So. But yeah, I mean, I want to play it some more.
Yes, I think it does deserve some more plays of it.
I feel like this one is, I guess it's going to be one of those you've got to play multiple times to cement any kind of strategy.
Okay, today in our first look, we are going over camping season. This is a new Kickstarter that you backed that we just got in.
I did.
We got the first play of it last night at a 4-player game with our son and his wife.
Yeah.
Camping season is a 1 to 4-player game, 45 to 60 minutes. I think it took a little bit longer than that.
It took a little longer because we were just learning it.
Ages 10 and up. It's designed by Casey and Zoe Mattis. Artist is Serene Illustration and published by Sweater Bear Games.
Now, Sweater Bear Games did Bear Mountain Adventure.
And they have a new one that just finished up on Kickstarter called the Wand Maker's Apprentice.
I did not back that one. I didn't really look into it too much, unfortunately. I probably should have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I'll be able to get it later, though, if I want to.
Yeah.
Okay, so this again, like you said, this is the new one that just came in. I think I got it Thursday. We played it last night, so a couple of days ago. This is, for the most part, complete simultaneous play.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it is really simultaneous. You're moving from phase to phase as a group, but once you're in that phase, everybody is just doing their own thing.
Yep.
The game plays over a total of 6 seasons, and each season you are trying to make improvements to your campgrounds in order to attract visitors. This is a bag builder. So you are building your bag out with 4 different types of campers, whether they be tent campers, standard campers, what do they call those? The purple guys. The purple guys are the premium campers or cabin campers. What are you? Are you a tent camper or a cabin camper? I used to be a tent camper. I think I'm now a cabin camper.
We're a hotel camper.
I would stay in a cabin.
Okay.
I'm a cabin camper. No more tents in my future. Okay. Back to the game. Again, bag builder, you're adding these different campers to your bags. You are also adding maintenance tokens. Those are the bad things that are always in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
So you're adding maintenance tokens, you're adding project tokens, you're adding amenity tokens, which lets you pull a new card, and you are potentially adding animals once you've got your bag built. And you start off with so many. Each season starts with the winter upkeep phase. On that, you are working on camp projects. You're trying to get some various projects built so that, well, each of the projects gives you various benefits. For instance, maybe you've upgraded your maintenance enough that now you can ignore one of the maintenance roles. That'll make more sense as I get further into it. But you are working on campground projects. You are paying for any maintenance needs that you need. That's kind of important, but not, well, anyway, I'll come back to that. You are working on campground expansions and improvements. So you're trying to build out your campgrounds. There are 4 different types of campground tiles, 4 different types of campground sites. 1 for your green tent campers, 1 for your white standard campers, 1 for your purple premium campers, and an orange one for your cabin campers. So you're trying to get those built as well. You are also purchasing or removing amenities from your campground as well. All right, so everybody does this planning phase together. You buy your stuff, you spend all your money, and you basically set up for the next season. After that's done, everybody can play 1 amenity card out of their hand. You start with 3. Each amenity card has notations on it as to when it can be built, what season it can be built in. That basketball court may take you a few years to get planned and built, so you can't build it till season 4. But once you are able to build it, it's going to give you a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
But you're going to have to hold on to it till season 4 if you want to build it. You can always turn in 2 for a planning token. During that first phase, you are playing planning tokens onto your player board in order to get some of these extra bonuses opened up. They require anywhere from 3 to 5 planning tokens on them, though. But as you are building some stuff out, you're getting stuff done, you're increasing the capacity for your camp. That all determines how many tokens you can pull out of the bag when it comes to that point in time. All right, so you're playing your amenity card. Hopefully you're getting some extra icons off of this. You're getting more stuff into your bag. Hopefully you're getting more capacity out of it too. Once that's done, one person, whoever has the new season deck near them, pulls the new season card, and that depicts new campers that might be coming. So it gives you anywhere from 3 to 5, I think, new tokens to put into your bag. Everybody does this, and you move on to the fourth phase. The fourth phase is to roll your maintenance dice. Everybody rolls their maintenance dice twice. This depicts what in your camp suddenly requires maintenance. There are 6 different areas of maintenance. You've got your restrooms. You've got your campsites. You've got your storeroom, your trails, general plumbing.
Well, it's utilities.
Utilities, okay.
Because it was the water and electricity.
Okay, that's a good point. Water and electricity. All right. And then you've got the tax man. You got to pay your taxes. And if you avoid that, it can get very costly. Or if you roll that, I should say. It's not like you're purposely avoiding it. It's a random roll of a die.
Yes.
You're rolling the die twice. You're moving the icons over a little bit to depict that those areas need
maintenance.
They need looking after this round. They need maintenance this round. You can, right now, if you still have money left, pay to maintain those items. Or you can wait till the first round of the game again, the first round of the next phase, the next season, to do so. That's up to you. Once you've rolled the dice, now it's time to start drawing visitors out of your bag. So now you grab your bag based on what your capacity is. And your capacity, let me back up for just a second. Your capacity is determined in a number of different ways. You start with 3, but every time you build out a campsite, your capacity goes up by 1. So if I'm going to build a tent site will hold 3 tents. My capacity goes up by 1 every time I do that. But that first tent site cost me $20,000 to build. You start the game with $100,000. That first tent site costs $20,000 to build. The one after that costs $30,000. And then 35, and then 40. You can build as many as 4 of them. However, if I fill my camp up with tents, I can't take premium campers.
No, or trailers.
Or trailers, or cabins, or anything else. You want a little bit of variety here. Every time you build a campsite, no matter what it is, you get 1 more capacity. You can improve one of your campsites. Maybe I don't want all those cabins, all those tents, but I now need a cabin. I can turn one of those tents and build cabins on that lot, and that gives me another capacity. But I lose that tent area. You can just buy extra capacity. If you have that much extra money, go for it. By doing some of the amenity cards, those will give you capacity. Some of them give you capacity. When you build out the standard upgrades, your laundry facilities, your online marketing, those will all give you various capacity. You can easily build up 10, 20, 25 capacity. That determines how many tokens you're pulling out of your bag, though. So when you start pulling tokens, the capacity refers to the number of campers you can hold, that you're hoping to be able to hold. So in your bag, though, is also those planning tokens you need for projects, the amenity tokens that let you draw more amenity cards, and those dreaded maintenance tokens. If you pull those out, they don't count toward your capacity. You set them aside, you keep pulling until you get whatever your capacity limit is. If I have a capacity limit of 10, until I have 10 campers. Hopefully I have the space for those 10 and I can put them into the campsites because that's how I'm getting money and points. If I can't, if I don't have any of the premium sites built and I pulled my one
RV
premium that I started with, he goes into overflow parking or overflow or lost sales. I can't house him. I don't have any place for him to park. So unfortunately, I have to turn him away. But he counts toward my capacity. I just don't make any money off of him. So once you've pulled out the 10 that you can, you've filled up the campsites that you're able to fill up. Now we go into scoring for that round. You count up how much money you got. Each site that you filled with the proper person. So for example, if I pulled a tent token and I put him into a tent site, I get money for him. I get $5,000 for him. If I pulled out a white token and put him into a white site, the what is that? The normal camping.
Mm-hmm.
If I pull a normal camper out and put him into the normal site, then I get $5,000 for him. If I pulled a cabin token out and put him into a cabin area, mind you, that's the only place he can go, I get 15,000 for him. Same with the premium. However, if I pulled a tent token out and my tent area is full, but I still have a spot open in my normal, I can put him in the normal. I can always upgrade somebody. Like I can put a tent into the camper area or the normal area or the premium area, but I can't put a premium guy into the tent area because there's no space for that camper. There's no space for that RV in the tent area. So you can always go up with a token. You can't ever go down though. But as long as they're in the area they asked for, I make money off of them. And I change my money dials, and this is all done on a dial. It's not actual coins or money you have to keep track of. It's all done on a set of dials. But I change my money for how much ever I made off of all of the campers I was able to satisfy this season. Then we score up points. You get points for every camper that you place, no matter where they are. You get points for any pets that you may have pulled out, any animals that you may have pulled out of your bag. You get points for filling up a campsite correctly. You get points if you have the most premium campers out of everybody in the game. There's a whole list of points on there, and it's all written on the board, which is lovely. But that ends the end of the season. You then go back up to winter upkeep and start over again, and you do this for 6 full seasons. I think that covers pretty much everything. I'm sure I glossed over a couple spots, but we're going to do a full-on review of this. We've only gotten to play it once. We're going to play it more and do a full-on review, and I'm going to do a rules teach of this one. Okay, so our play of it.
It wasn't probably till the second round, maybe third round, that I totally understood capacity. It probably was the second round. Because I think I shorted myself a couple times on pulling tiles.
I mean, who won this one?
Justin
did?
Justin.
Oh, yeah, Justin won this
Justin was making money like crazy.
Justin understood
the game
it
quick.
Front and back, yeah.
I was still exploring it during the second round. And I was like, oh, wait.
I had no amenity cards. I could not get cards. I had the 3 I started with.
I couldn't get amenity cards.
I had the 3 I started with. I sold 2 of them to get a project token. Which left me 1 that I played that unfortunately I did not realize till after I played it gave me 2 more of the maintenance tokens. Every time you pull a maintenance token out of your bag, and I didn't go over this, when you pull a maintenance token out of your bag, you have to roll the maintenance die again. For every token you pulled out. I ended the game with 11 of those suckers in my bag.
Well, that last round, the very last round, Justin had like 6 of them that he drew. He had to roll it 6 times, which lost him a lot of money. He still won the game, though.
He did.
But he lost a lot of money out of that.
He had to pay a lot of money to satisfy it.
In-game scoring, you get a point for every $5,000 you have. Every $50,000. And he ended up paying like $60,000 almost in maintenance fees.
Maintenance fees,
Yeah, I think... With the capacity, I think the first round I completely blew that.
Oh,
I think I may have not pulled enough because I was thinking maybe because I think I started by the time I got there I had 6 capacity in the first round to put out. I only had 1 campsite. Well, no, I had 2 campsites out.
In the very first round, I think we all only had 1.
No,
did you bite the bullet and put 2?
Every bit of my money.
Okay.
Every round, I spent all of my money.
I saved some for maintenance, and I probably I think that was a mistake in the first round, saving some for maintenance.
Well,
I see why
I learned after the second round. I spent everything every round. But then I realized it's like, okay, it's up there. When you have to roll the maintenance dice twice, you could pay it then or pay it later. Well, in the winter phase, you can pay your maintenance.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right then. And you're going to have more money because you're going to make money there at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I would always I'm spending all my money. I don't care where I'm at on the maintenance at the end of the year. The beginning of the year during the winter phase, I'm going to have money. I'm going to pay for it then. But I usually end up with more money because I was able to put more stuff out.
And that makes total sense.
All my amenity cards, the reward you got from it was capacity. Every one of my amenity cards. Every one of my amenity cards was capacity.
Oh no, mine was.
So I think I ended the game with 20 capacity.
I think my 1 amenity card, the one I got out at the beginning of the game, which again, this was probably a bad one. It was one that could be put out in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I used it. It was the only one I had. Or no, it was able to be put out in the second round. Gave me an extra $5,000 for every cabin. Problem is, cabins cost $40,000 or $50,000 to build.
Yeah,
so I didn't get to pay off. That didn't pay off for me till like the 5th and 6th rounds.
Right. So the first one of the projects I did was the one where it earned an extra $5,000 per tent.
Me too.
I made sure every time I had tents that was loaded up, and I think I ended the game with 4 tent campsites.
Oh wow. Which is all you can have.
I was loading it like crazy. Yeah. I made sure because that's $10,000 a tent.
Yeah.
And then plus I think I had 1 trailer, maybe 2 trailer spots, and then I had 2 premium spots for the RVs, and then I had 1 or 2 cabin areas by the end of the game.
I don't remember, but
I learned spend all your money.
Yeah.
Because I think the first round I may have had maybe $10,000 left. Okay. I think I was like, I'm going to need it for the maintenance. But then when I realized we got paid after that, I was like, well, there's a spot in the winter phase that you can do your maintenance. So why am I trying to pay it up front? I'll just go ahead and pay it all at the end.
Right.
During the winter phase.
The only way that would help you or hurt you, depending on what happens, is on the maintenance, you could roll that same icon twice.
Yes.
And be fine. There's 3 spots on each one of those maintenance areas. And the first spot is normal. Everything's hunky-dory.
Mm-hmm.
The second spot, you got to pay some money to fix it. It's starting it needs to be cleaned or whatever. The third spot, okay, now you're paying a little bit more money because it's near breaking. If you rolled that again, so for example, maybe I rolled my tent area, I rolled that twice, and I'm all the way to the right. If I rolled the tent symbol again, now you flip over the maintenance token to be a trash fire. Or as we
called it a dumpster fire.
It was the dumpster fire. It very quickly got termed as the dumpster fire.
Yes.
If that happened, that is now an unkept area, and you lose points at the end of the round during scoring.
Yeah.
That would be the only reason you would really want to save money for maintenance.
But every winter phase, during the winter upkeep, I made sure everything was all the way back.
Right.
So when it came to rolling the dice, because I hardly ever pulled a maintenance maintenance tile.
There was one round I pulled.
So I knew by the time I got to the end, it didn't matter if I rolled the same thing twice. It wasn't going to turn into a dumpster fire.
You're lucky you never pulled a bunch of them.
And especially if I did not pay my taxes, I knew I was not going to be arrested for tax evasion there at the end.
Yeah,
but that's the funniest thing on these boards. On the area where it's basically taxes.
Yeah.
It's a guy to mailbox where the first guy's mailing his taxes in, it looks like. The second one is a stack of papers like he's not done his taxes. The third one is literally a police car
sitting in front of the tent. Yep.
So as soon as it turns to a dumpster fire on your taxes, you're being arrested, I guess.
Yes.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
The amenity cards. I also, I had other cards. I couldn't get an amenity card out till like the 4th round.
Yeah, I got that one out that gave me a bonus I could hardly use and gave me 2 extra maintenance tokens in my bag.
Well,
right off the bat, I'm like, that was a poor choice.
Well, my mistake was at the beginning. I had this one out of your 3 cards. I used 2 of them to get an extra.
Yeah, I did too.
Tile, so I could get the campsite one built.
Yeah.
Done and ready to go.
But
the 2 I threw out was a 2, a round 2, and a round 3.
Oh.
And I threw those out and kept my round 5.
Oh, geez.
Because it was going to give me 2 capacity. I was like, oh, well, yeah, and plus a bunch of other tiles was going to go into my bag, which was more for amenity cards and cabin cards and tent cards or tiles. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to keep that. Then I realized I can't play that until round 5. Plus, I have to have this project done as well.
Yep.
And at the beginning, you get those 2 gold cards. You got to pick one.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like going, I'm picking this one. Cool, I'm putting it down. This should be really easy. The other one was going to give me 8 stars, but I can't remember exactly what it was.
Oh, my
But I was like,
there's
no way I could get that. The bad thing is, if I remember, I think I actually made that. I could have scored those points on that card.
Okay.
I took the card that gave me 3 points for every amenity card that had the shower icon on it.
Uh-huh. I
never got an amenity card that had that on it.
And you don't get to pull new amenity cards every round.
No.
You don't. You pull amenity cards when you pull that icon out, that token out of your bag.
Or you pay like $10,000 for
You
them.
can pay $10,000, and I did do that a couple times.
I never did.
I did, because I wanted cards to put down, and I could not pull those stupid tokens out of my bag.
Because I think it was round 4 when I realized, I haven't looked. Do I have my goal yet? And I looked, I was like going, shoot. I don't have one of those cards. And I have no more amenity tokens in my bag now. Well, I'm not getting this card. And that's when I showed you, it's like, I'm not getting this at all. I have none of these cards. I haven't seen one of those cards.
I think mine was, I got a point for every 1 and 2 season cards I put out. I ended up with 2 of them. I think that's why I kept the season 2 card, is because, it's a point. Shouldn't have kept that one.
I was going to get 3 points per every amenity card that had that shower icon on it. And I'm like going, this will be easy. No. It's all the luck of the draw on that.
Yeah.
So, but I really liked it. And I like the fact that Justin and Jackie both said, we want to play this again. Now, there is this victory has an asterisk beside it.
It has
Go
a
ahead
huge
and
asterisk.
explain why.
Okay. So there was one rule, and I remember reading this rule when I was reading the rule book.
Before you say that, though, there is on one of the cards, commonly forgotten rules. This rule
is not
on that, and we forgot it only because it's written in very small print at the bottom of the earned money card.
Way down here. I love these cards. I do love these cards. They outline everything, all of your icons, exactly how the rounds progress, the seasons progress,
how much the camps are worth,
all of your earned money and points, all right there. Everything is on these cards, and I love that.
Now,
including this little bitty rule at the bottom.
Let me explain. Jackie was having was having hard getting money. Period. She fell way behind. I think she only had like 3 or 4 campsites out by the end of the game.
The 4th one out
because she couldn't get any money.
Yeah,
because we forgot this rule.
Okay, so this rule states this is a catch-up mechanism, and I've never been a big fan of catch-up mechanisms, but after playing this game, you need this.
Yes, you do.
If you are behind the leader, doesn't matter how far behind the leader. If you are behind the leader, you get $5,000 added to your total for the season for every point you are behind the leader. At one point, some of us were 10 or 20 spaces behind Justin.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
That we lost out on.
Yeah.
We're going to play it again next weekend.
Is that when we scheduled that?
Yes, we scheduled it for next weekend. They're going to come over Saturday evening, and we are going to play this again with that rule in place. I want to see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I'm anxious to see just how that changes the game.
Yes.
But yeah, that is a huge, huge catch-up mechanism. I will be curious to see exactly how it plays out, though. But I liked this game.
Yes, I did too. I
am looking forward to playing this.
I liked Bear Mountain.
Yes.
And I was really good at Bear Mountain, but I think I like this one even better.
This one has more decision space.
Yes.
It really does. Bear Mountain is draw cards and play your cards.
Yeah.
It's a deck builder.
Move around and that.
Yeah. Bear Mountain is a deck builder. Great. And I like
this
deck
one
builders.
But it's basically a solo game.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a solo dice building or a bag building game.
Yeah.
Basically, but it plays up to 4 players.
There is a take that aspect in here. We've only seen one. There might be more in the amenity cards.
One of the projects you can do that you could pay to do allows you, it's the online advertising.
Yeah.
And basically you can go to pick a player and then take 2 of their tiles out. It can't be a maintenance tile.
Right. You have to leave the maintenance tiles.
But it's usually like one of the camping tiles.
Camping, you can take any of the other 6 tiles.
So you take 2 of them out and you put them in you can decide whether you want to put them in your bag or throw them out.
Yeah. But either way.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the only take that we even found in the game. The only real interaction we found in the game.
Yeah, because everything else it's just you're scoring points.
So far. There may be amenity cards out there.
The other interaction would be, do I have more premium spots filled in than another player?
Right.
When it comes down to points.
Yeah.
but it is pretty much a solo game
For
for 4 players.
Yeah, I really
up to 4
liked it.
players. Yeah, I really liked it. We have a video for the other one, the Bear Mountain one. We plan to put out a video for this one.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're going to do probably a rules
I'm going to do a
breakdown.
rules breakdown. It'll probably be a couple weeks.
A full-on review once we get a few more plays of this.
Yes.
And play the different player counts, play it solo, so we can kind of talk about everything.
But yeah, first look, I'm excited to play it again.
Yes, so
I
am I.
really am. And I can't say that about a lot of games right off the bat. So I like it.
Okay. So that's camping season. So this is going to do it for episode 105. If you like this episode or any of our content and haven't subscribed to the podcast, please do so by going to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. And while you're there, give us a rating and a comment. This is how others can find the show. But in the meantime, if you want to follow us on social media just to keep up and see what we are doing, just follow the links in the show notes. There you'll find links to Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, Discord, Blue Sky, and our merch shop. Or you can contact us directly at meeplesociety@mail.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the next one.